Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday Musings. And Blue got to alert. Let me show you his little blue cam. He thinks that something's happening. He knows that something's happening. But you guys rarely get to see Blue and how he's hacking and coughing. That's pretty fantastic. But I am Sara R. Turnquist, multi-published clean historical romance author and coffee fanatic. So I wanted today to talk about the importance of maybe stepping outside of our culture for a minute as Americans and looking inside if we can. The thing that sparked all this was yesterday was Czech Founding Day, as in the Czech Republic. And I spent time, 5 different summers in the Czech Republic teaching English in the Krkonoš Mountains. And I visited Prague, visited Hradec Králové and Střebonice, and I just really enjoyed my time there. But it was the first time I went was the first time that I visited another country. And I think it's important to step outside of yourself and view things from someone else's perspective, get in someone else's skin as much as you can. And that's what we do as authors, right? We try to invite the reader to come inside the character's skin for an adventure or for an opportunity to see things in a different way. So when I was in the Czech Republic, I was able to really more clearly define what American culture is. I think here in the United States, we feel like we're more of a melting pot of cultures, and we are. But that melting pot creates a unique culture in and of itself. And so until you experience another country's culture, it's hard to really see what is American and what is not American. And some things are the same, and some things are very different in the way that people interact and the general standard of how things are done. And even in the United States, we see that. I live here in the South, born and raised in the Southern United States, and visiting out west, there are just little nuances that are very different. But there are, again, things in common that make up the American culture. I also had an opportunity to see how another culture views Americans. And it was a very humbling experience. So, not everybody thinks that Americans are as great as we generally in America think we are. And it is a great nation. Don't get me wrong. I love that I was born and raised in the United States. I am very proud to be an American. But I also see how different our perspective is than many of the European countries because our borders are so far away from us for most of us that live internally in the United States. Certainly here in Middle Tennessee, our border with Mexico and our border with Canada are far away from me. I don't experience what that's like to live right next door to another country, to another culture. And in Europe, their countries are smaller in general, and crossing into another country is like taking a Sunday drive, if you will. So they have to be more sensitive to other cultures and to other countries and what they are experiencing because it affects them in a way that we can't quite understand being in the large country that we're in. So that was a unique perspective for me as well, to just see how there are many times, and I don't want to get political, but there are many times in our country that we make decisions and we only think about how it affects the United States. And that's a luxury that we have as Americans. And maybe it's something that we need to tweak a little bit in the way our mindset is, in that we want to think about how the things that we're doing is affecting other countries. So there's that. And I got my Prague mug today to celebrate. I did do a picture of my Czech Republic mug yesterday for Monday Mugs, but I think I'll be using my Czech mugs all week to celebrate Czech Founding Day. But I also wanted to talk about November writing goals for my writer friends. As many of you probably are aware, November has traditionally been NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. It's an opportunity for writers to come together, create a goal for a word count and then work together and encourage each other and spur each other on to make that goal happen. That goal in NaNoWriMo is 50,000 words, which is the word count you have to get to classify as a novel. There have been some challenges with the NaNoWriMo organization. So there are some offshoots now, and different authors and different writers and that have YouTube channels and a public facing platform like that are doing different challenges that are takeoffs of NaNoWriMo, if you will. I will be joining another YouTube personality. Her name is Sara Cannon, and her channel is called Heart Breathings. But she is starting a rough draft challenge. And the thing I like the most about it is you can set the word count goal that is comfortable for you. So you can do the 50K if you want. You can do 20K. It's just really up to you and what kind of goal you need to meet where you are. My particular work in progress needs about 40,000 more words to be complete. My novels come in between 70K and 80K in most cases. So my goal is 40,000 words, and I have taken a page out of her book. She has these like gemstones that she uses for every so many words. So I found these little coffee bean beads. So they're really, really cute. Let me find a nice shiny one. You can see it's a little coffee bean. Maybe I'll show you the back side so you can see how it really looks like a coffee bean. And so for every 200 words that I write, I will move the coffee bean into this other cup so that I can start seeing my word count grow in that way too. And I may decorate these cups too, word count, words to write and words that are written, just to be fun. I also have a Stalogy notebook that I've gotten a cover for and put this fun paper on, that I have made some pictures of my story in here and done some journaling about the story. So this will be like my plotting notebook. This is something else that Sara Cannon does that I think is really neat, and I've always wanted to try it, and I thought this novel was a great opportunity for me to do that. So those are some of the things that I'm doing to set up for the Rough Draft Challenge. I also have my plotting workbook. Let me see if you can see that. And I have it in a binder, but that printout is for sale on my website if you want to check it out. It just has a lot of different plotting sheets, character development, plot development, all those kind of things. So it's just a way that I create a foundation for my novel as well. So those are some of the fun things going on. And if you have any questions about the Rough Draft Challenge or want to share with me what your goal is for the month of November, then please feel free to drop that in the chat. Let's check on Blue. Not that you can't see him behind me. Oh my goodness. He is so cute. And I will tell you, Blue has had a little bit of a rough time because we got a puppy. We did. We got a sweet puppy and he's asleep right now. Let me see if I can share a picture of the puppy. Yeah, just give me a second. I want to share my screen. I want to share that screen. So if you can see, there's a picture of our puppy in Blue's bed, which Blue is not excited about, but he's not really upset about either. And the puppy's name is Duffy, and he is just the cutest thing. He's a miniature Labradoodle, and he's there with his cow Stuffy and a peanut that squeaks that we try to hide from him because he he likes to mess with that peanut, and that is not the most fun for me. And I can't see if you could see my producer. Her name is Cindy. Those of you that are following the show have seen Cindy before. Her puppy was visible before too, but I don't see him in her screen. Oh, let's see. I'm going to add Cindy to the stage. Can you
He
see Teddy?
left to go with Ellie. She came and got her puppy. He
Oh,
prefers
well, her dog is named Teddy.
and he loves Ellie more than anybody else.
And what kind of dog is he? Tell us about Teddy.
He's a Sheltie. He is fuzzy and fluffy, and he does what he wants. We tried to train him, but he is stubborn. So,
and one of his favorite things to do when I first met him was to stare at me.
Yeah.
It was it was a little intimidating.
Yeah. But now he likes for you to scratch his back. He likes to be scratched. So he came around.
Yeah, although Teddy does not care for Blue. Although I don't know why. Blue is such a sweet puppy. Look at him.
He is.
I call him a puppy, but Blue is actually an old man. He's about 10 years old. And so at the vet, they call him a geriatric animal. I think that's a little rude, but
that is very rude. But Blue
he doesn't seem very sensitive about it.
As long as you feed him and give him belly rubs, he's happy.
For sure, for sure. So we'll look at that puppy one more time. Puppy. And hopefully next Monday, when we do our Monday musings, the puppy will be awake and I can actually show you the puppy. So let's say bye to Duffy. Let's say bye to Blue. Let's say bye to Cindy and Teddy. Well, Teddy's not there. But thank you for joining me. And I hope you will join us next Monday for Monday Musings. I hope that we can actually go forward on Monday as planned. Thank you all for being flexible. Yesterday was just not the day to go live. It just wasn't. Greg was out of town over the weekend for a family event. And so I was a little bit fried come Monday morning, but he's home and we're glad that he's back. And let's add him to the stage. There's Greg.
Howdy.
Hi, Greg. So we're having fun here with the puppy. We're getting sleep. Don't worry. Puppies, for those of you that haven't had a puppy, is kind of like having a baby in the house. But he is sleeping really well. And so we're really pleased about that. But the potty training, the housebreaking is coming along, but we are having to be very, very patient. So join us next time and say a prayer for me. This weekend is the ACFW Virginia. The ACFW stands for American Christian Fiction Writers. And then the Virginia chapter of ACFW is having their online conference. And I will be talking about indie publishing, the good, the bad, the opportunity. So I will see you next time.